Hey everybody, Papa Wiggs here with Wiggs. We're going to talk about waiver wire pickups for the upcoming week 6 here. So I'll jump off. First one is Juju Smith Schuster from KC. Listen, right now according to Sleeper, he's only on 6% of the teams right now. He just came off a big game, with Patty Mahomes. They're obviously looking for targets there. I don't know if this is going to be, the norm going forward, but he's definitely going to be a hot waiver wire pickup this week. So if you're looking for a receiver, check out Juju. Tank Bigsby from Jacksonville. Listen, he's another one. I think I've had him on here before. Right now, he's only in 31% of the leagues on Sleeper. Listen, I don't know what's going on with ETN. I don't know if Peterson likes Bigsby more than ETN or what the deal is. I know there's trade rumors about ETN because of Bigsby's play. But they're going. I mean, Bigsby I think had actually more reps than ETN this last game. So definitely gonna. I'm surprised he's still out there. And not on people's benches right now because if nothing else, he's definitely um, a bye week replacement at this point with what he's been doing. So that leads me into Alan Lazard for the Jets. Listen, right now I've had him on here before. He's in 40%, 47% of the leagues right now, rostered for the Jets. Listen, he's not going to light the world on fire, but he's been consistent for the Jets right now. And Rodgers, when he needs a go-to guy, he goes to Lazard if he can't find Garrett Wilson. So it's definitely a guy you should have on your bench and just keep an eye out on why he's coming up. A surprise guy last week was Tyrone Tracy. He's on 34% of the rosters right now in Sleeper. Listen, I think Singletary's going to have a hard time fighting him off as the season keeps going because I think this was a breakout game for him last week. I definitely think he should be rostered right now, and there is the potential that he could take over that number one spot for the Giants. And then my last pick is Conklin, Tyler Conklin for the Jets. Again, I didn't realize I had two Jets on here, but um, Conklin right now I think it's 29% of the leagues right now in sleeper. Listen, I think Rodgers is going to continue to target this guy. He's not going to light the world on fire, but he's also, I don't think he's going to throw up a lot of duds. I think he's going to give you at least points every week from the tight end position, and possibly a touchdown here and there. So definitely a good bye week replacement. And if you're in desperation because your tight end's injured or something, it could be someone you can plug in there.
Yeah, moving on into mine. I have Jalen Tolbert of the Cowboys. I felt like this was a pretty solid one for a pickup here this week. He had a really good game there against the Steelers. He actually fought off. I think there was a ball thrown by Prescott in the end zone, and I'm pretty sure it hit him down low. If you guys know what I'm talking about, they had to call a timeout, and then he scores a touchdown on the next play. But he looked really good here in this game. He had, I believe, over 100 yards in this game as well. Something about CD and Dak right now. There's been several weeks here in this year where CD's literally just been up in his face on the sideline, yelling at him basically. Prescott threw a touch or a pick in this game, and CD let him know it when they were on the sideline. So I think there might be a little turmoil there, and it might help Jalen Tolbert get more targets here in these games, especially with Brandon Cooks being out. And the more Cooks is out, Tolbert's going to get more chances. So someone I actually had in my dynasty earlier this year, and I ended up dropping him probably stupidly, but I think he's got a lot of potential here in this offense, and he's a pretty solid replacement there for Brandon Cooks. Moving on, I have Ray McLeod. This is just someone I would say if you have an extra spot on your roster and you want some depth, I would definitely pick him on up in case something happens to Mooney or Drake London. Kirk Cousins has shown he likes to spread the ball around a lot to his receivers, and I think McLeod could definitely benefit if something were to happen to Mooney or London, or occasionally he might just pop off and have a really good game there with Kirk Cousins. A possible flex on bye weeks. I wouldn't go crazy and start him, obviously, but I wouldn't mind stashing him on my bench if I could. And then next up, Daniel Jones. I would never have thought I'd put Daniel Jones on any sort of list this year besides a dud. I honestly am quite impressed by him so far this year outside of that week 1 game against the Vikings. He's looked good ever since. He's been finding his receivers the ball. They didn't have Malik Neighbors this week and they pulled off a win. Jones found one of his old targets there in his offense, and it was nice to see him produce and perform in this offense this week. I think a lot of the credit there goes to Tyrone Tracy for having a really good run game for that Giants offense, which I think helped open up his receivers here. I personally wouldn't mind having Daniel Jones as a bench quarterback. He's looked good, and he's in the I think the top 13 of quarterbacks right now, so it wouldn't be a terrible pickup for a bye week. And then lastly, Xavier Hutchinson. This is just someone I would say pick up temporarily in an offense with CJ Stroud. He's going to get the ball to his receivers, and he threw the ball a few times there to Hutchinson in this last game. I think he caught it 3 times for 34 yards. Nico Collins has a tendency of when he gets hurt, he's out for 2 or 3 weeks. I was looking back at every season prior, and he's typically out 2 to 3 games each year, usually nursing some sort of minor injury, and I could totally see Collins being out here for 2 or 3 weeks just to make sure he's fully healthy. I think it was a hamstring, right? Something he tweaked already, so um, I wouldn't doubt it if he's out 2 or 3 weeks. So Hutchinson might not be a bad option because, like I said, Stroud likes to spread the ball around. Hutchinson's not a bad deep ball threat either, so he could fill in the shoes there of Nico Collins pretty well.
Excellent. Yeah. I'm surprised we had some differences this time around. So, but that's good. So, well, I think we're good, Wigs. So everybody check us out on Fantasy Fools PPR on YouTube. We're also on Snapchat, X, TikTok, Instagram. Like, share, subscribe. If you got any feedback or questions on your lineup, feel free to reach out. We hope you find this as another good resource for your fantasy football stuff. And until next time, we'll see you soon.